Does this sound familiar? It's 3 a.m. and you're getting up to go to the bathroom again. It's not the first time tonight, and each interruption doesn't just break your sleep, it also steals your energy, clarity, and vitality for the next day. While your partner sleeps deeply, you wonder, why me? Is this simply getting old? The truth is no. Although many resign themselves to living with chronic fatigue and interrupted nights, getting up several times is not normal. And today, I'm going to reveal a simple but powerful strategy about how, and above all, when to drink water to recover your rest and sleep through the night again. Stay until the end, because the last key will not only surprise you, it could be the beginning of the best nights of sleep you've had in years. But before giving you the solution, you need to understand the true dimension of this problem. It's not just about getting up to go to the bathroom. It's about a silent epidemic that is stealing health, independence, and quality of life from millions of people. There's a silent epidemic affecting 7 out of 10 people over 60, and practically no one talks about it. It's called nocturia, and no, it's not just getting up to pee. It's the nocturnal thief that is stealing your life one drop at a time, and most don't even know it exists. Imagine this: every time you wake up at night, you don't just lose those minutes walking to the bathroom. Your brain has just canceled all the cleaning work it was doing. During deep sleep, your brain activates a cleaning system that eliminates toxins accumulated during the day. When you wake up, it's like interrupting a washing machine in the middle of the rinse cycle. Maria, a 68-year-old retired nurse, discovered this the hard way. For months, she got up 3 times a night. "I thought it was normal at my age," she says. One dawn, half asleep and without turning on the light, she tripped on the corner of the bed. Hip fracture, 6 months of recovery. Her independent life crumbled because of something she considered a minor annoyance. But wait, there's more. Each nighttime awakening triggers a cascade of stress hormones. Your heart accelerates, your blood pressure spikes, and your nervous system goes into maximum alert. Imagine someone ringing your doorbell at 2, 4, and 6 a.m. every night. That's exactly what you're doing to your cardiovascular system. Sleep researchers have discovered something fascinating about memory consolidation. Your brain needs to complete specific cycles to transfer information from short-term memory to permanent storage. Each interruption restarts this process. It's like you're writing an important document and someone turns off your computer every 20 minutes. At the end of the day, you have nothing saved. Julian, a 74-year-old former bus driver, had always been known for his impeccable memory. He remembered routes, schedules, and even the names of his former passengers. But in recent years, he began forgetting simple things: where he left his keys, what he had gone to buy at the supermarket, or important appointments. His doctor told him, "It's age, it's normal." The truth was different. It wasn't old age, it was lack of deep sleep. Julian woke up 3 or 4 times every night to go to the bathroom. Interrupting the rest cycles, his brain needed to consolidate memory. He wasn't losing his memories because of aging, he was losing them because his rest was broken. Sleep specialists warn that a brain deprived of deep rest develops persistent cognitive fog. Many patients tell me they feel like zombies. They forget names, lose their keys, can't concentrate, and the worst thing is that everyone keeps telling them that's normal when aging. Experts point out. Now, here comes the part that will surprise you. Nocturia doesn't just affect your body. It destroys your confidence. When you don't sleep well, your brain interprets the world as more threatening. You become irritable, anxious, avoid social activities. Your personality changes without you realizing it. A recent study followed 15 people for 10 years and found that those with severe nocturia showed cognitive deterioration 40% faster than those with uninterrupted sleep. It's not just correlation, it's a direct causal relationship between nighttime interruptions and mental decline. The real tragedy is that most accept this as inevitable. It's part of aging, they resign themselves. But as urologist Philip Van Kerebroek explains, there's actually a specific hormonal explanation for this problem: the decrease of antidiuretic hormone during the night, and most importantly, a solution that traditional medicine often overlooks. Your body produces a natural hormone designed specifically to reduce urine production during the night. When it works correctly, you should be able to sleep 7-8 hours without interruptions. The problem is that this hormone begins to fail for reasons that go far beyond simple aging. Thousands of people are recovering their complete nights by applying a specific protocol that reactivates this natural system. It's not about medications or surgeries. It's about understanding how your body really works and working with it, not against it. But before revealing the solution, you need to know the 3 deadly mistakes you're probably making right now that are making your problem worse every night that passes. But first, if you've made it this far and you're taking your well-being seriously, write in the comments, "I love these videos." And if you haven't done it yet, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and activate the bell so you don't miss any future content. Get ready, because the first advice you probably follow is doing exactly the opposite of what you need. There are 3 popular beliefs about nocturia that sound completely logical but are actually making your problem worse every night. And yes, you're probably falling into at least 2 of these traps without realizing it. The first deadly myth is the most common. If I get up a lot at night, I should drink less water during the day. It seems to make sense, right? Less liquid goes in, less liquid comes out. But here comes the cruel irony. When you dehydrate during the day, your urine becomes super concentrated. Imagine pouring lemon juice on an open wound. That's exactly what concentrated urine does to your bladder walls. This concentrated urine irritates the bladder lining so much that it begins sending false signals to the brain. Your bladder screams, "I'm full," when it barely has a third of its capacity. It's like having a defective smoke detector that goes off every time you light a candle. Studies on overactive bladder show that concentrated urine can significantly exacerbate nighttime symptoms. But wait, there's more. When you finally can't stand the thirst anymore in the afternoon and drink water, your body panics. It's been in survival mode all day, conserving every drop. Now that it receives liquid, your system says, "Better process all of this right now, just in case." It's like your body is a nervous employee who does all the week's work in one night. The second destructive myth is the famous small bladder excuse. You'll be surprised by this. In most cases of nocturia in adults, bladder size is not the real problem. Your bladder could be the size of a soccer ball, and you'd still get up 5 times a night. Why? Because the real culprit is your kidneys working overtime during the night. Imagine your bladder as a car's gas tank. If the tank is small, but the engine consumes little, you can travel long distances. But if the engine consumes fuel like crazy, not even the biggest tank will save you. Your kidneys are that out-of-control engine, producing urine nonstop when they should be in night mode. The decrease of antidiuretic hormone and the return of fluids from the legs are the real villains of this story. The third myth is perhaps the most dangerous, using alcohol as a relaxant before sleeping. Have you ever wondered why that glass of wine that supposedly helps you relax ends up waking you at 3 in the morning running to the bathroom? Alcohol not only increases urine production through its direct diuretic effect, but also sabotages the antidiuretic hormone. This hormone is your natural nighttime guardian, the one that should tell your kidneys, "Hey, it's time to rest, reduce production." But alcohol suppresses this critical hormone. It's like firing the security guard just when you need him most. The result is a double blow, more liquid processed and less natural control over urine production. Thousands of people are trapped in these vicious cycles without knowing it. They drink less water during the day, dehydrate, irritate their bladder, blame their small bladder, and then try to relax with a drink before sleeping. It's the perfect storm for interrupted nights. Each of these myths has a scientifically proven alternative that can transform your nights. It's not about suffering or deprivation, but about working intelligently with your body's natural physiology. Results can appear in a matter of days, not months. Now that you know what not to do, it's time to discover the hormonal secret that changes the whole game and that most doctors never explain to their patients. There's a hormone that your body produces naturally, and that should be your perfect nighttime guardian, but something is failing dramatically. It's called antidiuretic hormone, or ADH for its acronym in English, and it's literally the emergency brake that should activate every night to stop excessive urine production. Imagine that your urinary system is like a factory that works 24 hours, and ADH is the night supervisor who arrives at 9 at night and tells all the workers, "Hey, it's time to slow down the pace, we'll continue tomorrow." But here comes the problem no one tells you about. With age, this crucial hormone decreases drastically, leaving your kidneys working as if it were broad daylight throughout the night. It's like that night supervisor started arriving later and later, more tired and with less authority. In the end, the kidneys do whatever they want, produce urine without control while you try to sleep. You'll be surprised by this. ADH functions like a nighttime switch that slowly breaks down. During your young years, this switch worked perfectly. At 10 at night, click, it activated and your kidneys reduced urine production by up to 50%. You could sleep 8 hours straight without problems. Now that switch is like the TV remote control after 10 years. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, and you have to hit it to make it respond. Circadian rhythms, that kind of internal biological clock, play a fundamental role in the release of this hormone. Your brain should receive clear signals that it's time to activate night mode. But factors like exposure to artificial light late at night, irregular sleep schedules, and chronic stress interfere with these natural rhythms. It's like your brain is an orchestra conductor trying to conduct with strobe lights flashing in his face. Now, there's another fascinating phenomenon occurring in your body every night that most people don't know about: fluid redistribution. During the day, gravity causes fluids to accumulate in your legs and ankles. It's completely normal, but when you lie down at night, those fluids return to the bloodstream like soldiers returning to barracks. Imagine that your legs are like giant sponges that have been absorbing water all day. When you lie down, it's like someone squeezed those sponges directly into your circulatory system. All that extra fluid has to go somewhere, and guess where it ends up? Passing through your kidneys to be processed as urine. It's the sponge effect that occurs religiously every night in your body without you realizing it. This nighttime fluid redistribution explains why many people wake up with intense urinary urgency in the first hours of sleep. It's not that you necessarily drank too much liquid before sleeping. It's your own body processing the inventory of fluids accumulated during the day. But wait, there's more. Your kidney's ability to concentrate urine also decreases with age. When you're young, your kidneys are like those expert cooks who can make a thick and concentrated sauce. Over time, they become more like a novice cook who only knows how to make watery broth. Result: more urine volume, more trips to the bathroom. The combination of reduced ADH, nighttime fluid redistribution, and lower urinary concentration capacity creates the perfect storm for nocturia. It's like 3 different systems decided to fail at the same time in a conspiracy against your sleep. Here comes the hopeful news that changes the entire picture. Certain specific habits can partially reactivate this natural hormonal function. Your body retains the machinery. It just needs the correct instructions and perfect timing to function optimally again. It's not about fighting against your physiology, but about working intelligently with it. And that strategy has a specific name: the 5-step protocol that is returning complete nights of sleep to thousands of people who had lost all hope of sleeping without interruptions. Imagine being able to program your body to process fluids when you want, not when it decides to wake you at 3 in the morning. It sounds like science fiction, but it's actually reprogramming your body hydration system using its own natural wisdom. The secret isn't in drinking less water, but in the perfect timing of every drop you consume during the day. Urology specialists have developed a protocol that works like your bladder's GPS. It guides you in every hydration decision to take you to your final destination: 8 hours of deep sleep without interruptions. This system is called THIS, and each letter corresponds to a simple step that converts fragmented nights into restorative rest. Step 1 is the morning front load, where you consume 75% of your daily fluids before 4 p.m. Imagine that your body is like an automatic washing machine that has a specific operating cycle. If you give it all the dirty clothes in the morning, it has all day to wash, dry, and fold them before night. But if you give it the clothes at 8 at night, it's going to be working until 3 in the morning making noise. Here comes the fascinating part: the science of the electrolyte anchor. Every morning, add a pinch of unrefined sea salt and a few drops of lemon to your first glass of water. The salt provides sodium, which acts as a master key for water to effectively enter your cells. The lemon provides potassium, creating the perfect balance. It's like giving your body the right tools to do the hydration work efficiently. Step 2 is the smooth transition, where you gradually reduce liquid consumption from 4 p.m. until dinner. It's not a sudden stop that leaves you with desperate thirst. It's like slowly turning down the music volume at a party that's ending. Your body receives the clear signal that it's time to start processing what it already has stored. During this phase, if you feel thirsty, you can drink half a glass of water maximum. It's like giving a small child 5 more minutes to play before going to sleep. You give your urinary system time to adapt without creating anxiety from dehydration. Step 3 establishes the sacred zone. 2 complete hours without liquids before going to bed. This window allows your kidneys to complete the final filtration process and send the last batch of urine to the bladder before sleep. It's like closing the restaurant kitchen 2 hours before closing the place completely. If you experience dry mouth during this sacred zone, you can rinse your mouth without swallowing or take a microscopic sip. Think of it as moistening your lips, not as hydrating. The key is resisting the temptation of a little glass of water that can ruin the entire protocol. Steps 4 and 5 focus on smart dinner and strategic food selection. Avoid spicy or acidic foods that irritate the bladder, as if you were caring for a delicate wound. Foods high in sugar or simple carbohydrates increase urine production, so it's better to choose proteins and cooked vegetables that keep your blood sugar levels stable. Foods with high water content like soups, watermelon, or cucumbers are fantastic, but consume them before 4 p.m. It's like scheduling all activities that require energy for the most productive hours of the day. This system works with your natural physiology instead of fighting against it. The kidneys are designed to be more active during the day and reduce their function at night. The protocol simply gives them the clear instructions they need to function optimally. But the protocol has 3 additional secret techniques that can multiply its effectiveness by 10 and accelerate results in a surprising way. These 3 tricks sound too simple to work, but the science behind them will completely surprise you. They are complementary techniques that can transform a good protocol into a life-changing solution. The difference between people who get mediocre results and those who achieve total transformations lies in these small adjustments that seem insignificant but generate enormous effects. The first secret technique is called double voiding and completely revolutionizes your nighttime routine. 30 minutes before going to bed, you go to the bathroom normally. You urinate, wait a few seconds, and when you think you're finished, you lean slightly forward and wait another 30 to 60 seconds. You'll be surprised by the amount of additional urine that can come out in that second attempt. It's like squeezing a sponge. The first squeeze gets most of the water out, but there's always a little more left. This technique works because the pelvic floor muscles need extra time to completely relax. Imagine that your bladder is like a balloon with a very tight knot. The first emptying loosens the knot, but the second emptying undoes it completely. Urologists recommend that men sit for this process because the position relaxes the muscles and allows more complete emptying than when standing. The second trick is known as the gravity elevator and uses basic physics in your favor. 1 or 2 hours before sleeping, elevate your legs above heart level while watching TV or reading. This simple position uses gravity to drain fluids accumulated in your extremities throughout the day. It's like tilting a bottle to get the last drops out, but applied to your circulatory system. During the day, your legs act as containers for extra fluids. Gravity pushes fluids downward, accumulating them in ankles and calves. By elevating your legs, you proactively reverse this process. Fluids return to the bloodstream while you're awake, allowing your kidneys to process them before sleep. It's like emptying water containers before they overflow during the night. Now, the third technique involves compression socks during the day. It may sound like something only elderly people in hospitals use, but these socks function as an intelligent prevention system. They gently compress the legs, preventing fluids from accumulating excessively during your daily activities. It's like having a personal assistant who constantly pushes fluids upward so they don't stagnate. Compression socks work 24 hours, creating external pressure that helps veins return blood and fluids to the heart more efficiently. It's especially useful if you work standing, have a sedentary job, or simply want to be proactive against nighttime fluid accumulation. There's also salt shaker control, a fascinating paradox about sodium. Your body needs some salt to function correctly, but excess creates fluid retention and increases urine production. When you consume too much salt, your body retains water to dilute it, creating a domino effect. More thirst, more fluids consumed, more work for the kidneys during the night. The solution isn't to completely eliminate salt, but to control where it comes from. Processed foods, cold cuts, and prepared meals contain enormous amounts of hidden sodium. Cooking at home gives you total control over the amount of salt you consume. It's like being the director of your own orchestra, instead of being just a musician following orders. These adjustments are like tuning a piano, small changes that create enormous musical differences. Each technique amplifies the effects of the main protocol, creating a synergy that multiplies results. Thousands of people have reported significant improvements simply by adding these 3 techniques to their nighttime routine. And so you can see these aren't empty promises. Let me tell you the real story of Marcos, a man who completely transformed his nights using exactly these techniques. Marcos was 72 years old and had lost hope of ever sleeping a complete night again. For 3 decades, he had been the most sought-after watchmaker in his city, famous for repairing antique pieces and giving new life to watches inherited from generations. His fine and patient hands had adjusted microscopic gears with the precision of a jeweler. But now those same hands trembled every morning, and his lifelong passion had become torture. Nocturia settled into his life little by little, until it divided his nights into fragments. First, he got up once, then twice, then 3 times, until reaching 5 awakenings that left him exhausted. "I thought it was normal at my age," Marcos recalls. His wife Clara told him to use nighttime protection to avoid accidents, while his grandchildren insisted he leave the old watches and dedicate himself to resting. Every morning, he arrived at his workshop with swollen eyelids and a clouded mind. The tiny gears that he used to place in minutes now took him hours, when he managed to finish them without breaking them. His identity as a craftsman was crumbling along with his ability to concentrate. The man who had brought more than 1,000 watches back to life could no longer repair even one. The situation worsened when Marcos started drinking less water during the day. He believed that way he would get up fewer times, but that decision turned his urine into an acid that irritated his bladder. By afternoon, thirst forced him to drink all at once, and his body processed all that liquid just when it should prepare for sleep. When he first heard about the intelligent hydration protocol, he reacted with skepticism. "You're telling me I should drink more water to get up less?" he asked incredulously. He had tried medication, bladder exercises, even miracle supplements. The idea that something as basic as changing when he drank water could return his nights to him seemed too simple. The first days were a discipline challenge. Marcos drank 75% of his liquids before 4 in the afternoon, added his pinch of salt and lemon to his first glass of water in the morning, and complied with the sacred zone of 2 hours without liquids before sleeping. He practiced double nighttime voiding and elevated his legs while listening to the radio in the evening. On the 6th day, something extraordinary happened. Marcos woke up with sunlight coming through the window. He looked at the clock. 7:15 a.m. He had gotten up only once during the night and had returned to deep sleep until morning. His hands weren't trembling. His mind was clear, as if an invisible weight had been lifted from him. "Last night, I slept 7 hours straight," he told Clara that morning, with a smile she hadn't seen in years. He recovered not only sleep, but confidence that he could still be himself. His mental clarity returned like when he cleaned a watch crystal with a magnifying glass and saw the mechanism shine. That same afternoon, he returned to his workshop. His steady hands fitted tiny gears with the skill of before. In a few hours, he repaired the antique watch that had kept him blocked for weeks. The tick-tock resonated on his table like victory music. He had recovered his purpose and his nighttime life. And if Marcos could do it at 72 years old, imagine what you can achieve starting tonight with the right tools and determination to recover your rest. Remember something very important. This protocol isn't abstract theory. It's daily practice. And like all practice, it only works if you apply it. It's not enough to know it, you have to do it. Look, it's not about living in fear of your bladder. It's about recovering the freedom to sleep through the night, the clarity of a rested mind, and the energy of a body that truly regenerates at night. That freedom begins in the small details. What you have for dinner, how you prepare your room, when you drink water, how you train your body to recognize night as a sanctuary of rest. Imagine in a week, You go to bed without anxiety, your bedroom cool and dark, your body calm because it knows it won't be on alert every 2 hours. You wake up wanting to move, to remember with clarity, to enjoy life without that weight of dragged fatigue. That's the real reward, feeling like the owner of your days again because you've learned to sleep your nights. And here's the challenge. Tonight you're going to choose whether you just save this video to your list or if you turn it into the beginning of a new stage. Because every hour of deep sleep you recover is like someone giving you back a piece of youth, and that gift is literally within your reach. So put this protocol into practice, take care of your dinner, dim the lights, keep your bedroom cool, relax your mind before going to bed, and let your body do what it knows how to do best. Repair itself, clean itself, and return the energy that was always there. Now tell me, after everything you've learned, what's the first thing you're going to change tonight? Your dinner, your routine, your bedroom temperature. If you've made it this far, write deep sleep in the comments so I know who's truly committed to regaining control of their nights. And if this video has been useful to you, don't forget to like it, subscribe, and activate notifications to continue receiving practical content that can transform your rest and your health. Share this video with someone who needs it. Sleeping well shouldn't be a luxury, but the starting point for living with clarity, energy, and fulfillment. See you in the next video.